all of his tour locations that he went to, there was like multiple people missing from that exact location.
Yeah, not all of them. But let's say this guy has toured. God, we're talking. Listen, this guy has a tour schedule that's insane. Let's say he's done 1,000 tour dates. 1,000 different concerts. Like, really, it's more like probably 2,000, right? It's just insane. He's been touring forever. He did went on a hiatus for about 10 years. But since the 80s, this guy has been going strong.
Yeah.
And so what I did was, based on Tom Segura's joke that Garth Brooks is a serial killer, I ended up taking, first of all, it took a week or two just to lay out all of the tour dates, because there's no one place. People will tell you, oh, it's on Wikipedia. No, it's not. There's all kinds of gaps in there. So we took all the tour dates. I hired two researchers to go in every one of those locations. So if he does a tour on the 2nd, he probably arrived there on the 1st, and he's leaving the next day. So usually he'll come in a day or two early and then leave a day or two after. And usually he does 2 or 3 days of concerts. Doesn't do one and leave typically. So we would focus on the day before and the day after the series of concerts that he would do over the course of a day or two. And we would check that 5-day period of time to see if anybody in that general area, let's say within a 45-minute drive time, anybody had gone missing, or there was an unsolved homicide. We then pulled those records, and if there were witnesses that had seen someone that, let's say it was somebody, it was a carjacking, and it was a black guy with dreads, right? Or it was a guy with tattoos on his face, then you exclude that. But if it was like, no, this person drove somewhere and they got gas, and then their car was found at the gas station the following day in the parking lot, and nobody knows what happened. The person's gone. They can't find the body or anything. Or maybe they find the body, 150 miles away in a park or something. Then we would say that may be a possible victim of Garth Brooks. And that's really kind of what it is. It's just proximity, and it's silliness, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, there's potentially this guy was 15 minutes.
You could do the same thing, get the same results with Taylor Swift if you wanted to.
Absolutely. Yeah. She may be a monster. We may need to do that.
I think she might be. We might need to do that.
Absolutely. So, and what the problem is so we end up with like 110 or 120 unsolved homicides over the course of 20 years. And then you have about 90 missing persons. So you take those 200, and out of those, let's say there's 10 of them that the proximity to Garth was very close. I mean, we're talking about like across the street from the stadium. Like we're talking about like the parking lot across the street from the stadium while Garth was at the stadium. Right. And so, or there's all kinds of little things that we were able to really play up. Yeah. Right, you're really able to. So let's say there's 10 different events that we would play up really good. Some of them are so good that you're like that's uncanny. Like this almost has me believing that Garth may be involved. Like this is so amazing that how close this is. Listen, they have one of them where the woman goes, the girl, I shouldn't say girl. She was a college student, so she's like 19 or 20. She stops at a rest stop. People at the rest stop see her talking with a guy that they said was associated with a group of trucks, big rigs, right? And they said she's talking to this guy. We don't know if he's somehow or another he was a part of this convoy, let's say. And she goes missing. They find the car the next day, and people say when they describe what the guy looks like, they're like, he was about 5'10", 5'11". He had brown hair, probably in his early 30s. I mean, it was Garth Brooks. At that time, it was Garth Brooks. Like it looks like Garth. They describe Garth Brooks.
Wow.
And she disappears. Now that disappearance was along his tour route. Now, was that his convoy of trucks that stopped and grabbed her? We of course allude that it is. And then her body is found 2 states away a week later along another route that they would have traveled. So, but keep in mind, we've got hundreds of these. Like it's a coincidence, but we play it up like it's like this is absolute. Like, oh my gosh! So we do this whole, and we got, like I said, there's probably 10 of them that are really good that you could use. But you could do this with, like you said, Taylor Swift. It could be any country music star out there. We could say that this is anybody.
And you
that
wrote a
travels.
whole book on this, right?
Yeah, I wrote a whole book, and it's tons of fun. And we had and every time I've done an episode on it, they're getting 500,000, 1 million. And so
it's not impossible that he is a serial killer.
It's not. He's a monster. That's what it is.
Because look, he is very strange.
He's an odd guy.
He's a weirdo. What was the other character that he played? The emo guy?
Chris Gaines.
Chris Gaines.
Yeah, Chris Gaines. He does.
Pull up Chris Gaines.
It's very strange. Very strange.
What is that?
So Chris Gaines is his alter ego that he lived as let's say for a year, did tours, put out 2 albums. And the backstory for Chris Gaines is that Chris Gaines is he's Australian rock star, punk rock star, who, look at this.
Look at that makeup.
Yeah. He did a whole they did a documentary. People said when he would get into the makeup and everything, you had to address him as Chris Gaines. He would talk with the Australian accent. The whole thing. He was 100% all in.
Yeah.
So it was a very odd thing to do. And he behaved this way for, let's say, over a year. Yeah, Chris Gaines, yeah. Oh, by the way, this is what I love.
Could be.
But this is what makes you realize so this is Garth's own creation. And that Garth, one of the things about Chris Gaines is, one, he's a sex addict.
What?
So
that's part of his character?
That's part of his character, is that he has an addiction to sex, and that it's a real problem for him, that he gets addicted, and he's slept with thousands of women. Like this is coming out of Garth Brooks, who's a humble, all-American country music guy who's created this weirdo. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, supposedly his face is scarred from a car accident. Like, I don't know. I've never seen any scars. There's no scars, but that's part of the whole thing. There was this massive car accident. And then I think he ends up killing off Chris Gaines. How does he die? I think he died. I think he kills him off at some point. Or was it his? No, I think one of his band members died. Somebody dies in like a plane accident. Like, he's got a whole
Was this
thing.
before Garth Brooks existed? Or was
No.
this?
This is in the middle. This is the height of his stardom. He does this. I mean, it's like, what are you doing, bro? You're at the heart of your. Listen, all the country music stars were like, I don't know what this fucker's doing.
What is that, bro? Is that just like the record label saying, okay, we need to scale this?
No, the record label wasn't interested. Like, they were like, what are you doing?
This was all his idea.
Oh, it's all his idea. Listen, Joe Rogan said that this was the weirdest thing in country music history. Like,
it absolutely.
He said this is the strangest.
I wouldn't even consider this guy a real country.
No, he's more pop. It's pop
he's like
rock. He started pop rock.
Yeah, it is pop rock. Right.
Yeah, most of the country music stars can't stand him. They're like, he destroyed. He made it mainstream, which they're saying destroyed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the new country is like really corny pop country shit. It's like Backstreet Boys country music. It's terrible.
It is horrible.
If you enjoy watching our show on Spotify or YouTube and you want to be more involved, I encourage you to please come check out our Patreon community. Not only does our Patreon community get every episode you see on YouTube early, fully uncensored, and ad-free, but we're also doing Patreon exclusive episodes as well as live Q&As, and you can get your personal questions answered by our guests every single week. For me, being able to collaborate and communicate back and forth with our Patreon community every week has been huge, and this is my way of saying thank you for the cost of a cup of coffee a month.